Okay, so I'm going to explain now how to go ahead and answer 3C. All right. 3C is kind of just like 3B, but it's asking for the procedure and not the list. But it does ask for 2 pictures, and this time only 2 free response questions. For the first picture, it's going to ask you, and remember you're going to go ahead and have this on a Word document or anywhere where you're keeping your pictures. In my case, I was keeping them right here. It says 3B pictures, but I guess I could just put 3B and C. And I'll go ahead and add a space here for 3CI. And I'm going to go to the forms and see what it's asking. It's asking for first program code segment must be a student-developed procedure that does all these 3 things. If you followed all the requirements from the list that I gave you guys, it should already have all these 3 things. So all you have to do is go and find what the procedure is. If I open up my Snap and I look at my program, I can go ahead and open up that procedure that it is that I'm going to talk about. Open it up. I know that sometimes it's not all going to fit in the same thing. I can maybe zoom out a little bit, but it still maybe doesn't fit. And if I have to take more than 1 picture, that's completely fine. Let's see. All right, and I'm going to go all the way up. Take this, and I'm going to take a snip just up to right here. I will include this lower part in the second picture. So I go here, put that there. All right, and again, just complete the bottom portion because it does have to show the entire procedure. Like so. And there you go. I went ahead and just pasted, copy and pasted my procedure. That's all it's asking for 3I. For 3II, it's even easier because all it's asking for is for you to take the picture of where your procedure is being called. In this case, it's where it's being used. The second program code segment must show where your student-developed procedure is being called in your program. I go back to my program, cancel and use it. And the only real place that I'm using it is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take a snip of that. Again, I like to include just like a little bit of the other area. Maybe not that much. Just so that way they can kind of see like where it is that it's at. Control C to copy. And Control V to paste. And that's it. I'm done with 1 and 2. I'm going to go on to 3III. And check to see what it's asking for. It describes in general what the identified procedure does and how it contributes to the overall functionality of the program. Right? So in my case, my procedure, what it does, I'll go ahead and put something like I'm going to open it up. Okay, so my procedure, what it does, it basically makes a decision based on the input, right, on what shape is going to draw and what information it's going to give the user. So that's basically what it does, right? This one is in general what it's going to do. It doesn't ask you to go into details. The details, you do have to go into them on part 4. So in this case, I'm just going to say in general what the identified procedure does. And I'll put something right here. This isn't let's go to preview. This one won't let me type in the response. So I'll put my response over here, but then I'll just copy and paste it. I'll put my procedure, and I look at what the name is. M square. Makes a decision on what shape will be drawn depending on the number. And let's go with number. Yeah, let's go with on the input, which is a number. On the user input, which is a number. All right, and that's it. I mean, in general, that's what it does, right? If it does anything else, whether it makes a decision, whether it draws something, whatever it is your procedure does, that's what you need to go ahead and write down. Next, on 3.5.4. This one's a long one. This one's the one where you are going to have to describe every single step. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go and describe every single step or write it down right now because you do have several student examples, but I will go here and I'll go ahead and describe it just with my words. So, m squared will, wait, well, let's read the question first. Your second, right here, explains in detailed steps how the algorithm implemented in the identified procedure works. Your explanation must be detailed enough for someone else to recreate it. The way I like to do this is to simply read out the entire code from top to bottom. Literally step by step, right? So m squared will go ahead and set the pen down. It'll have an if-else decision where if the input or user input is greater than 7, it'll go ahead and move 100 steps, turn 90 degrees, and it'll say a random item from item 1 of the list what to say for 5 seconds. It'll repeat this 4 times. If the input is not greater than 7, it'll go ahead and go into the else portion and implement another if-else statement. If the input is greater than 4, it'll go ahead and move 100 steps, turn 120 degrees, and say a random item from item 2 of the list what to say for 0.5 seconds. It'll repeat this 3 times while creating a triangle. If not, if the input is not greater than 4, it'll go into the its else statement, or its else portion of the if else statement, and it'll move 100 steps, turn 73 degrees, and it'll say a random item from item 3 of what to say for 0.3 seconds, and it'll repeat this 40 times. That's it, right? You are literally reading the entire program all the way from top to bottom in a way that the other person can go ahead and repeat it if they needed to. All right, just by the words that, or just by the words that you're writing down, it would be able to, somebody else would be able to repeat it. And that's it. That's how you would answer. That's how you would answer your 3C portion, 3C1, 3C2, 3C3, and 4. Okay, this one's fairly short. Make sure to get it done. I will have this due by next Tuesday, which is the 18th. All right, that's it. Any questions? Yes? No? Brianna? No? Say hello, Brianna.
Hi, guys.
Okay, there you go.